Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. Are you ready to tackle a new day? Oh, let's turn on our light. Move our big water. Okay. There we go. Better. Okay. Let's put out our... You know what? I didn't put a reminder about this class out this morning. So sorry. But here we are. Good morning, Keels. I forgot to put a reminder out this morning about this class. Oh well. Every now and again, you know. So I wanted to remind everyone to be sure to ask to join the Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott private Facebook group right here, because that's where I'm going to be holding all of my World Card Making Day events. I have 4 things planned. I have... That's funny, Keels. Thank you. Thank you. I have a new free art printable. I have another art printable that will go live on Saturday. I'm going to do a pop-in paint party, a sneaky peeky one. And then, oh, and I have a 24-hour discount that I'll be posting. So if you have any friends that you think might enjoy my artwork and creating with my artwork and just hanging with, you know, this amazing artsy crowd, please ask them to join Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. This would be a good time for them to find out what we're all about and, you know, just have ourselves a time. Okay, so I have a new something to share with you guys today. So I did finish the card that I created in Tuesday's class. I remember the last thing I had done was I sprayed it with the clear shimmer spray from Avriel, but you know, there's a billion shimmer sprays out there, so you could use any. I sprayed the background, and then I also sprayed the flower. I think you can see bits of that. And then I did the Radiate Positivity on there. I was going to do some doodads, like maybe couple little black doodads. I haven't decided completely on that. But I also, good morning, Denise. I don't remember, did I finish this one in class? Did I show this one? I don't remember. Anyway, this one was with the Crafters Workshop stencil butters through a stencil, and that was a Tailored Expressions stencil, which I'm in love with because you can use it in so many ways. You know me, I like a product that I can use. I painted and foiled the sentiment and the independent piece of artwork. So that's that. But today I thought it would be super fun to share with you something kind of different. So back in the day in art school, we used gouache. And so the ones that I had from art school, as you can imagine, were well, they had lived their life. Anyway, but I thought it would be super fun to share with you how gouache is different from acrylics and different from watercolors. So I thought that I would paint with them today, and we can kind of talk about them and whatever else we kind of think about that we want to talk about. Good morning, Laura. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Kathy Anderson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so gouache is in between watercolors and acrylics. It is not as transparent as watercolors, but it is not as opaque as acrylics. So let's see, where's my little squirt bottle? So I have some mixed up in these you see. So this little set, I like Pelican. They are not an expensive set. I just really like I just like them. And it's what I used in art school. So it's kind of what I'm familiar with. Not that I won't try something else, because, I just might. But this set is between like $12 and $13. Not horribly expensive. And you'll get if you're feeling like you want to give them a try, you'll get a feel for them with this. And remember, just let's get some yellows, maybe some green, or maybe these colors. That might be something kind of fun to play with today. So you get 12 colors and you get a tube of Chinese white. So I'm going to start painting, and then we can just continue to chat. So I'm going to start with my watery wash. Let's see if there we go. There you can see everything that I'm doing, I think, if I have that there. Yes? There, you can see the whole palette, and you can see the pans and my artwork that I'm going to paint. So here I just have some watery orange, and I'm just going to start, and I'm using a number 2 brush because that's what just happened to be laying here. I don't particularly, I'm pretty, I want to say, Pelican Melody. I'm not super picky about brushes unless I'm doing something that requires a particular brush. 99% of the time I use a round brush. They're just kind of my favorite go-to. So I'm just doing a watery wash of the orange on the petals. I haven't even come into the centers yet. Right? So I'm just going to do watery wash. And you see, I need to let that dry a little minute. Do you see the... and do you notice that I have my under paper down here? And that is going to really... look at how all the beautiful colors that are on it already. Stop it! And remember, this was just a piece of brown paper that something I got from Amazon was wrapped in. So just know that you can make art with anything. You don't have to have the best of supplies. And that's not saying you shouldn't experiment. You absolutely should, but just don't think that you have to. Everybody take a drink. I have my big water today. Okay, so this is still quite wet. And I'm going to come in with some of the watery yellow. And I'm just going to jiggy-jaggy fill in the centers of these flowers. I just want to start with a base of color. There we go. And I just kind of, Yes, honest to Pete. Laura, did you see my Amazon list with the one thing on there? I swear. I am working on it. I am trying really hard to get more things on there. Good morning, Dina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are brand new here, which I think you are, if you would like and follow Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. And then if you would ask to join Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott, that's a private Facebook group. That's where all of my World Card Making Day activities are going to happen, are within this group. Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. So if you would do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, what did you... Good morning, Tam. You are, so you're out for your, you brought for Avery to paint with? This is a printable. This is, I don't have a full one because I started cutting it apart already. This is Tricia, and it is a slimline. Most of my printables are a slimline, an A2, and an independent piece of art. And here's the independent piece of art. And then 2 sentiments. And this one has a banner and radiate positivity, and then let your light shine. Whoops, you can't see that. Sorry about that. I thought you could see that. That's the one I do have. That's the one product I do have, Keely, honest to Pete. I'm still trying to figure it all out. But you know, there's one that's better than what was there before, which was nothing. Anyway, so yes, this is the Melody. This is the Tricia art printable. This week's art printable. All right, and we're painting with Charmaine's card. Is so pretty, isn't it? Okay, so let's see. So now, and we're painting with gouache today. I just thought that would be a fun change. You know, I know that gouache is kind of big in the world right now of card makers. I haven't used a lot of it since art school. It wasn't my favorite in art school. I much preferred watercolor, but I certainly used it and, you know, was pretty proficient with it. But now I'm getting back in the groove. So I'm going to come in and deepen the base of each petal. And then remember, we're going to do a trick where we're going to come up the sides. So that's going to give us just a little bit of a place to start to create form. So we're just slowly adding some color. And it's okay if you have white spots, because that's just the beauty. That gives you that immediate painterly vibe. I love that. So I'm just really loosely painting, oops, a little bit more. I need to move that. My hand is so awkward. Sorry. A little bit deeper orange. We're just starting to build our depth with our darker paint. And this still isn't like full strength. Do you know what I mean? It's still pretty watery. We won't go full strength for a little bit. Okay, we got a little spillage in the village here with our yellow. So let's tap that off. We'll go back and repair that later. So Jeff and I are headed to Tucson right after this class today. He has a fancy pants suitcase that has this lifetime guarantee, and so the closest, well, I think there's one in downtown Phoenix, a business that will repair it, but we just got this truck and it's a diesel, and he's going to need to drive it to California, so we're doing a couple little test runs, you know, before we take it on the open road. Anyway, so we're going to go to Tucson. We went up north last weekend, and now we're going to go south this weekend to just, you know, put it through its paces. And you know I've already looked to see what art stores are down there. You know I have. And guess what? I found 3. I'm sure I will only get to visit one, but whatevs. And I already have my little list. I just always carry this little notebook in my purse, and in there I have a list of like every Posca color that I have, every acrylic ink that I have, so I don't buy the same thing twice. So you'll notice that these go on quite like watercolors. But you'll also notice that they are slightly more opaque than watercolors, and kind of fun. And like I said, this is a good set to test the waters, see if you like them. It's $12. There we go. I don't know what the weather is going to be like in Tucson today. I'm just excited to just go someplace, you know? Even if it's to the suitcase repair shop. I'm like, yay, we're going someplace. Get a little bit more of this orange. Good morning, Debbie Miller. We are playing with gouache this morning. Getting kind of a little different vibe. There we go. So now let's just let that dry and we can chat. Is it, how do you pronounce your name? Siama? I know I'm not doing it any justice. Oh, thanks, Deb. Thanks, Deb. So my style of painting is to kind of go from light to dark. I just feel like I have the best control that way. So I like to just start with that watery wash and build and build and build. Other people paint differently. And so with whatever medium I'm using, I find that I kind of create in the same way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like to just start to I just like to build layers. So I have some that are a bit dry, so I'm going to rinse my brush and then tap it off on my paper towel so it's nice and just barely damp. And then I'm going to take it and do that jiggy jaggy blend. And the silver black velvet have very long bristles, you'll notice. So they're kind of wiggly. Do you see how long the bristles are on these? And they kind of go to a complete point. Every brush is made just a little bit differently. So really, I told you don't have to be a brush snob, just be knowledgeable. Look at the bristles when you're shopping for brushes, even if it's a multi-pack from Michael's, right? Look at the bristles. Do they, is it what works for you? Remember I said, try different ones and see what you like the best. It's kind of all what feels right in your hand. So I think I'm going to start in with a little deeper shade of orange, because then that's going to start building. Let's pull a little bit more orange from the pan into our palette. Remember, try to use your palette as much as possible. Try, because this is how you're going to get the true color in a palette, because it's laying on white. Pan paints are notoriously a little bit deceiving. Not like it's a totally different color, but when you're looking for exact colors, pan paints can be slightly different in the pan than they are on the palette. And so for your best true read of your color, put it in your palette. So we're just slowly building. Well, it looks like I should have done this one first. Trying to be slightly orderly. So that truck is a diesel, and can I just tell you, it has been a really long time. Like, it was back in my Michigan farm country days, the last time I drove a diesel, rode in a diesel. It's such a different beast, that's for sure. And I was telling my mom, it comes back to you immediately that it rides like a truck. It does not ride. It is not a comfort ride, that's for sure. Good morning, Donna. You had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. I hope that you had a great day. So we are painting with gouache today, so that we can get a feel for it. And I will start to incorporate gouache in our pop and paint parties more so that we can all grow artistically. Maybe I'll look at some different gouache sets when I'm at the art store today. We'll see. I just need to make sure that he has a full tummy. If he has a full tummy and he's gotten his suitcase dropped off, then we're golden. Looks like I should have done a little bit of yellow right there. So Carmen and I had our Tai Chi yesterday. I'm still loving it. I'm just going to tell you. It's getting more complicated as the days go by, as the weeks go by, because each time you go, you learn new, I think they're called moves, I don't know. Positions, something. Anyway, I really like it. And it does just make you at Carmen's church. It's super fun at Carmen's parish. Everybody take a drink. It's gonna take a little minute to dry. I could do this background in gouache. That might be kind of cool. So I'm gonna get a bigger brush. So I'll post the green card today, the slimline. But I really do feel like I need to put some, I don't know, I'm feeling like I want to put some doodads on here. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like it needs something more. Yeah, we're loving it, Deb. So I have a silver black velvet 1/2 inch flat. That's what I think I'm going to use to do my background. So I'm going to pull my pan over here a little bit more and get some green going in my palette. More. A little bit of water, a little bit more paint. Always mix more than you think you'll need. I'm just telling you. This green is kind of a funny green, but I think it might be kind of fun to paint with. So I'm going to try and do nice long strokes so that it seems that's what I did with when I did the watercolor version of this, and I got really nice results. That one, if you'll remember, I painted a light shade of the limey green in my watercolors, and then I came in and I darkened each one of these with a darker shade, and then I covered it with that first limey green again, and I got a really nice cactusy texture. That was super cool. And then I die cut it with a stitched slimline die. I am just madly in love with that stitched edge. I love it when it, oh my gosh, I love it especially when it's colored all the way to the edge and it's laying on white, so you just see that little bit of white come through. I do too, Deb. I do too. So maybe I'll put some doodads on it while I have all these things drying. My stack of painted pieces. So let's get some glue. And I'm thinking I want to do something black. It just feels like that might be the ticket. And I thought I had some black sequins. Look at this bag. How can I not have everything? Honestly. I have 9,000 things in here. Ooh, there we go. So let's put some of these in my little... I know, Deb, but I'm feeling like it might need some... I mean, I could do both, certainly. I'm feeling like I'm going to test it out with some black, just because I feel like it needs a big contrast. Sometimes I feel like the clear things just kind of get lost. So oops, sorry, I thought you guys could see that. There we go. Is that better? There. I'm feeling like maybe a little trio up here. And then that, and then maybe something here. Let's see. Can I tell you, I just love this little thing that Tessa got me. This little, good morning, Carol. How are you today? I don't know. What do you think? Is that too much? We can try the clear droplets. Oh, and I have those, remember we did clear droplets and I have these from High Supply. You know, my favorite doodad company is High Supply. Please support them for all your doodad needs. Oh gosh, don't even worry. Don't even worry. Carol, you're not too far behind. Okay, so let everybody get an idea what this looks like. Let's pull these off and try. Okay, I have, remember the other day on something, I don't remember what card it was, we used these. They're kind of a matte, kind of a frosty doodad. So let's try these and see what we think. And then a little. What do you think of that? Is it too subtle? Is it good? Maybe we'll do one on the flower. You can't see them? I can see them. They're just, oops, sorry about that. Well, I'm going to give it a ponder, but first I have to try and get these all back in this bag. Almost there, almost there. I don't know. What do you think about kind of mixing it up a little bit? Maybe the addition of the black will just kind of help bring the rest kind of into play. What do you think? You like just the clear ones because it, okay, that's something to think about. What do you think about the combo? Oh, I hope you're having a fun job. Yeah, I hope so too, Keels. Jan, hello, my friend. I hope that it's a fun job, you know. What do you think of the mixture? Do you think the combo looks good? You're not crazy about the black. Really, Carol? All right, so let's pull those again and see. I will say, Keely, in person, the frosted ones they are quite noticeable. And I just kind of like the, you know what I'm kind of feeling, you know what I kind of like about this? Remember when we did that technique where we painted a flower and then we built the dots around it, kind of supporting the flower? Does anybody remember that? Tam, I think you did it with with one of, I'm trying to think what flower that was. Maybe the Dana. Anyway, that's what I'm kind of feeling like the clear is kind of bringing to the table. Is that, like it's just supporting. Oh, for crying out loud. This happens every time, I think. So, yes, I thought it was the Hawaiian, the Dana, the hibiscus. So I'm feeling like these clear are kind of, but frosty, clear but frosty, are doing kind of the same thing. Oh, I'm not ambidextrous. Left hand just isn't working as well as the right. So let's use my fancy dancy tool again. Oh, Jan, with your bubbly personality, I'm sure you'll do great. Darn it. Like now I'm feeling like I might even add more. Like right there. I'm kind of liking that. Yeah, I'm telling you, I will, High Supply, I think, has the best doodads, and the owner of the company, Victor, is the nicest man, seriously. So supportive and so lovely and just fabulous. But I would get something open-ended like this. Do you know what I mean? I would get like the clear ones and the frosty ones, because then you can use those kind of with everything. Bye, Deb. Oh, you are going to do so great, Jan. I just know it. Sometimes I can do the ambidextrous thing if it's kind of like it's not too precise. Ooh, I'm kind of digging that. Me too, me too, Tammy. Clear, white, and black. I do like this frosty one, though. I have to say, I'm really liking this, and it is, I don't know what it's called, but they're frosty. And you know, you can order these online. He's super quick. His shipping is super quick. And he always has some kind of sale. I don't know what's going on right now, but yeah, I'm kind of digging that. So let's let that dry and let's come back and paint on the, oh, look at that, still a little bit wet. Let's wash our brush. I use Canon 90-pound XL series watercolor paper, and it runs through your printer. If you go to my website, Corbiere-Scott it is the one thing that is in my Amazon affiliate account. So if you could buy it through my affiliate account, I would greatly appreciate it. Then I would look like I had one sale. He's super close. When do you oh, you come back in 3 weeks. Okay. Anyway, if you could do that, that would be great. And you'll love that, Melody, you'll love that paper because it's thin enough to certainly go through your printer, but it's also has enough watercolor properties that you're going to still get that vibe when you're painting. You'll still get the, you'll still get, what do I want to say? Your, when you're painting, you'll still get the effect of watercolor paper because it's got some nice tooth. Okay, I'm just going to come in with my water brush and start to do my jiggy jaggy blend. And you see that gouache is much like watercolor in that it moves with water, right? But it still has, it's much more opaque than watercolor. And I just seem to kind of jump around. I don't go in any particular order, and so remember, if you get too much color on your brush, pull it off and wipe it on your paper towel or your under paper. There we go. Oh, I'm so excited to travel south. We don't go south very often. And it's, the desert is so pretty down there, you know? The terrain is beautiful. Remember we were talking the other day, I think every place has its beauty, that's for sure. One place isn't more beautiful than the next. They're just all unique and gorgeous. There we go. Yeah. So gouache comes in many forms, just like watercolor comes in many forms, just like acrylics come in many forms. Gouache can be mixed just like watercolors. It's just slightly more opaque than watercolors, or way more transparent. I just really like the pan because that's what I learned on. I mean, we did have some tubes because my degree is in graphic design, and everything that we painted was in, a lot of things I should say that we painted were in grayscale. Our markers were in grayscale, a lot of paints were in grayscale. I was just going through some of those old art projects. I did the coolest project of Joan Crawford. I did Joan Crawford's face and like her head, and I did it all in and it's big, like it's probably 24 by I don't remember now. But it's big, like 24 by 18 maybe. Anyway, I did it all in, I wrote the names of her movies like in funky fonts that kind of fit like in her hair, in the curls were the names of her movies, and a lot of stippling. Back then there was a pen that we used called a rapidograph, and I don't even know how many rapidographs I went through, the refills I went through, because I used so much ink on that project. Oh my gosh, it was one of my favorites. Anyway, I found lots of things that maybe I'll take a picture of it. I found a lot of things in grayscale when I was going through those portfolios. Oh, this is looking so good, you guys. I'm falling in love with my gouache again. I've done a couple things with it, but remember what I told you. When you're learning a new technique or playing with a new medium, or a medium that you haven't played with in a long time, do it a bunch of times. Don't just do it once. Do it play with it a bunch of times, and you will absolutely see your growth. It takes a little bit to kind of get the groove back again, or to create your new groove if it's something new to you. My friend Lindsay says 10 times. If you're learning something new, you need to do it 10 times. And that's kind of true. I do try to do things about 10 times. Look at how pretty that is. It's so painterly. I'm really digging it. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh, look at this poor petal. It didn't even get any color on it. So let's pull some from here and start to give it a, it was looking very pale. I don't know what happened there. I do not. Debbie Miller just got well, I think her cousin gave it to her. Just a sec. My laser printer came from OfferUp, Tam. And it was $30 or $40, something like that. Hi, Karen. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to see you here. We are playing with gouache on our new art printable named Tricia, after one of my dear friend's moms. Debbie, brain, what laser printer do you have? And do you like it? Everybody take a drink. This is really building nicely. I'm really liking it. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh gosh, 10 minutes. It goes so fast. I'm always so surprised that it goes so fast. Because sometimes I think, oh, I don't have anything to talk about. And then, you know, somehow, miraculously, I come up with something. I just start chatting. I think that would be a perfect birthday present to you, Miss Tam. Oh yeah, okay. Tam, let's see. A brother. So Debbie has a brother laser printer. Yeah, so mine has mine is it's connected to my October 1st. Wow. Happy birthday. I'm sure I will wish you a happy birthday tomorrow, Tam, but happy early birthday. So are you guys going out for your birthday, Tam? I was just still thinking about that hamburger with the peanut butter. Isn't it on the menu at that restaurant? Look at this one, is pretty pale too. Kind of left a lot of white on this one. I'm feeling like I might want to come in and do another layer of color though. Like I'm feeling like it just needs a little bit more depth, this whole piece. But I wanted to share with you the comparison between my watercolors. Look at the difference between the watercolors and the gouache. See how transparent the layers are here versus the little bit more opaque version of with the gouache. And I'm feeling like the next layer, I think I might need to mix a little bit of red in with my orange to just kind of deepen my orange just a little bit. Or remember we talked about mixing a very little tiny bit of the color opposite on the color wheel. So orange, the opposite on the color wheel is blue. So you mix just a tiniest bit of blue with the orange and you'll get a nice deeper shade. So I might have to do that. But I don't think I'm going to get to it before our time is up. But I hope that everybody will join me on Saturday for all of our fun festivities for World Card Making Day. And remember, it's all held in the Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott private Facebook group. And like I said, if you have friends that you think might enjoy my art, if you could turn them on to me, that would be great. Ask them to join our private Facebook group. That would be great. I feel like I need to say a great big thank you for people who have supported me this whole time. And so that's why I'm having everything within that group. Something special. I mean, others can join our group, certainly. But it's a great big thank you. And celebration of card making. You know, that's so... I just think it's so paramount to, you know, just do nice things. By sending a card, it's so easy, and it has such an impact on someone's day. Cheeky, 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 cheeky. That Jiggy Jaggy blend, I'm telling you, it just softens the edge and makes such a difference. And I almost always see the impact. See the impact of the form that it already starts to create. There we go. So pretty. So pretty. Bella Luna, very nice. Very nice, Tam. Okay, I've got a little bit of orange right there that I'm gonna dab off. Wet it just a little bit. And dab it off. There we go. So let's see if I can share with you. I have just a couple minutes, but I could share with you how to mix. So I'm going to put some water right here. Because I have this weird light blue. I don't know. When did I come up with that? It might have been, oh, it was when I used them in California when I was doing wordsmith art. And I did the page with gouache. Okay, see how that's a lot of blue, right? And here's a little trick to keep your water not as dirty. Wipe off most of the color on your underpaper and then wash your brush. Okay, so then let's pull some more of this orange up here into this little bowl of this palette to get kind of a lot in there. And now let's take a little bit of this blue and add it to the orange. And you see how that just deepens it? Just ever so slightly. We could do a little bit more. But you see, like, so this is quite watery, so I just want you to know, like, it doesn't take a lot. And just, like, slowly add it. Don't get ahead of yourself, you know? Okay, let's paint with this and see what happens. Well, let's use our See how this is just slightly deeper. And that way you're not having a big, like something that looks totally different. This is just in keeping with the tone that we already have going. Right? We just want to keep with the same tone. That's how we get a really nice gradation of color. And go up those sides so we work on that form. There. So pretty. So I hope everyone has an amazing Thursday. Make it tremendous. You have the power. And I hope that everyone will join me on Saturday to celebrate World Card Making Day. I have lots of fun things in the works for you. There we go. Oh, I'm so excited, Tam. I'm just ready to, get away a little bit and hopefully go to an art store. I'll let you know on Saturday. And if I do, I will share the loot that I get. I can't keep that to myself. So this will probably sit until I get home from Tucson. That's okay. It'll really soak in really nice. And if you're feeling like you want to deepen it even more after this coat, just do the same thing. But slowly add that blue to your orange. And really think about that's a really effective way of creating a deeper shade of the colors that you use, right? So anytime it's opposite on the color wheel, but really ever so slightly. Like add a little, mix it up, paint it on something so you can kind of see, not your main piece, but a piece of scrap watercolor paper or whatever. So you can see the how it looks next to your pure color. There we go. This is looking so good. Just this, and it's not even blended yet, and I'm loving it. Okay, did I get everything? I think so. Let me do a little bit more right there. Connect those two. Okay. All right, I'm off now. I hope everybody had an amazing day. Me too, Keels. Me too. I adore you all. Thank you so much. And I will see you on Saturday. Remember, in Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. Everything will be held in this group on Saturday. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.